Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Mannschrecks. I'm Sara.
And I'm JJ. And we're your hosts for this wonderful time of soothing, I don't know, whatever.
Soothing sounds? Please don't say that. That's not what we do at all. We're also, our third host is a small baby who is staring confusedly at the computer screen.
She's very excited to be here.
Excited, tired. She doesn't have a choice.
But we're back and we're here doing the thing, and we're gonna do it right this time. I got a little disclaimer. Sorry about that last episode. We tried a game and it just flopped. I was actually really excited.
It was me. I was terrible.
It wasn't just you though. It was just not a fun. We've done this a couple times. We play a lot of games, and sometimes they work out amazingly, and every now and then it's like, oh no, that was a swing and a miss. And so we tried this. The way the game works was it was like sermon illustrations, and we would read a crazy news story and then look at the other person and say, okay, turn that into a sermon illustration. And I had mentioned that they do something similar on a podcast called The Holy Post. One of the hosts was formerly a pastor, and so every now and then they'll look at him and say, hey, turn that into a sermon illustration. He usually has something pretty clever, but
I was formerly not a pastor, and apparently,
oh my gosh.
I'm just really bad at sermon illustrations. So
it was harder. Even I struggled to like come up with them. It's hard on the spot to like apply something totally random.
It was tough. So decided to cut that out.
Yeah. So no, we didn't even finish recording it. We were like, nah, this isn't fun. It's not good. And that's really what this podcast is all about: having fun and kicking back. And so, especially tonight's episode, we are just gonna have fun tonight, and I'm excited about that. Are you ready to approach the news desk?
I'm ready.
I almost introduced the wrong segment. I almost said, are you ready for Sponsor Your Life? And it's like, wait, no.
Wait, yeah.
How about let's do the news desk first?
Sure.
Does that
sounds
like
good.
A good plan?
Sounds good.
Right.
Okay. So my first story, airplane pilot leaves cockpit to help deliver baby during flight to Thailand.
Excellent. Oh, that's cool.
Pilot said he'd never delivered a baby on board in his 18 years of experience.
A little bit. Why? Why did the pilot have to be the dude to do that? Like, couldn't have been the guy sitting next to the person or something?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. So it says, Jacqueline
got something else to do.
Sararnakskol. I'm so sorry to that man who is a pilot. So he is a pilot. I'm not sure where he's from. It says he was flying a plane from Taipei, Taiwan to Bangkok, Thailand, when an emergency occurred. He was piloting the plane, and he left the cockpit after the cabin crew told him that a woman was in labor in one of the airplane bathrooms.
Wow.
He left his female co-pilot to fly the plane and found that she was the woman was in active labor.
That's crazy.
Soon after he arrived at the pregnant woman's side, he delivered the baby while the plane was still thousands of feet in the air.
Awesome.
He told the press he had never delivered a baby before, definitely not in the 18 years of his piloting career.
Do you think that labor is more or less intense because of the altitude difference?
The cabin's pressurized, so...
Oh, so it's not going to feel different.
I don't think so.
So it's the same. Okay. I'm just curious.
I actually don't know. I wonder if she had to been in labor for... Well, I don't know. Did takeoff, like...
Cause it?
Kickstart labor?
Down on my baby.
That's interesting. I don't know.
Again,
I don't know how I would feel.
Why would you take the pilot to make him do it? Like, is there no other human adults on the plane?
I wonder if they asked, like, you know how they're always like, is there a medic on board? Is there a doctor on board? Somebody.
It just happens to be the only guy who can fly the plane. I mean, I know he had a co-pilot, but that just seems, it's like you're just...
This guy is he looks so cute. He's like holding this baby. He's like, I delivered a baby today.
Yeah,
like,
man, how proud would you be? Are you kidding me? I'd be thrilled. I'd be like, you have to name that kid after me, right?
It says, I feel so proud that I could help bring him into the world.
I love it.
Paramedics were waiting when the airplane touched down in Bangkok, Thailand.
But like, you're on a bus, right? And there's a pregnant lady on the bus. She goes into labor. There's like 10 people on the bus. The driver's the guy who has to deliver the baby, like no one else.
I just find it so funny because, look, this is the pilot, and these are all of his cabin crew. All these women.
Yeah, none of them
could help. None of them? Just him?
6 of them. Or
I
5
know.
Of them.
I know. They couldn't have done anything.
Baby, right? Like, I don't know. I I get it. There is something about like, well, he's the authority figure, so he should do the crazy thing, but also maybe let the man fly the plane, because that also
the pilot did not say that he had any medical background.
So what are you doing, man?
And he's the most qualified person to deliver the baby.
And who knows? Maybe they're trained, and I could understand if they were under some kind of leadership training of how not to panic, because that's really all you're doing at that point. You have no medical training. You're just trying to help mom do what her body is going to do naturally.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
It's not like he delivered. He didn't perform a C-section with no knowledge.
No.
She gave birth, and he happened to be there. I love that story. That's great.
It's just so funny. I just liked his proud face, like,
look,
I delivered this a baby.
I love that. You know that meme of the otter holding up its baby, and it goes, I made this.
I delivered this. Well,
I made this.
Not really piloting a plane, I guess.
Oh, yeah. It's like, here, co-pilot, you do the work.
Yeah, take the steering wheel. I got to go back and do something.
To go back and do the honorary duty of watching.
I just thought it was so funny. So
amazing. Great story. So before I dive into my first story, I have a little prep work. So you know how the not alien overlords, but the AI computerized robot overlords are watching us all the time, right?
Of course, absolutely.
Yes, I just wanted you to have a healthy like conspiracy theory knowledge of fear of technology coming into this story.
Absolutely.
Vending machines have eyes all over this Ontario campus until the students wised up.
Wow, tell me more.
Yes, so questions on Reddit about the vending machines on campus led to all 29 vending machines getting removed from the campus.
I mean, these students are going to be healthier and saving extreme amounts of money.
So we're saving money.
This is like a benefit. I don't understand what the problem is here. This is a great thing.
And Ontario University is pulling dozens of vending machines that were tracking the age and gender of their customers in the latest example of a pushback against technology that tests the boundaries of privacy rules. So it turned out that the vending machines had been recording people's faces. When you walk up, there's a little camera that was recording ages and genders of the people who purchased the products.
The people were just feeling guilty that they were showing up so much on these
security like that. You know how often I stop by for some Skittles. The move comes amid opposition from University of Waterloo students who became aware of the technology after a Reddit user spotted an on-screen error message on one of the machines earlier in the month. There was the facial recognition software that's hidden, not advertised, that nobody knows it's in there. It glitched. And so right in the middle of it was like a digital screen where you tell it like, what kind of M&Ms do you want or whatever. And there was a glitch in the middle saying error, facial recognition not working or whatever. And people were going, wait, what facial recognition? Like,
yeah, for a vending machine, that's not essential.
So there was a glitch and a warning that was showing up on the main screen that alerted students to the fact that they were being
that's
recognized.
So weird.
The natural question that follows here is, why does it have a facial recognition app? How can that error even show up? Fourth year computer science River Stanley and business student who broke the story on the campus journal.
His name is River.
So they removed all 29 machines from the Switzerland-based company.
Wow.
And the software has been disabled in the meantime. We thank our students for bringing this matter to our attention. So like the university was like, we didn't know either. Like they say.
That's bizarre.
So Invenda is the Swedish company. It says it uses facial analysis, but not facial recognition software. And it's not storing data or photos.
Then why does it need to do it?
Exactly.
Then why does it need to do it? It's a vending machine. Yep. Literally put in the quarter, receive the food.
The company says its technology is mainly used to tell when a person is standing in front of the vending machine and to change the screen from standby mode, which shows ad, to sales mode, which shows different products.
You don't need to show ads. You just need to show me the food in the vending machine. It's just
like a motion tracker. You don't need facial recognition for a motion tracker. When, someone walked up, there's a thing in front of us.
That's weird.
Yep.
That's so weird.
Critics say the explanation is not good enough and the customers should know whether they're being watched or given a choice to opt out.
That's valid. That's totally valid.
There's no camera markings on these vending machines at all. So this is what the error code says. It says the exception unknown software exception parentheses OXE0434 3, whatever, there's more numbers, occurred in the application at location, blah, 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 blah. Invenda.vending.facialrecognition.app.exe application error. So it's like, what are you talking like that?
What?
And it looks like it was on an M&M vending machine. And it alerted people.
That's so weird. And not necessary.
Yep. Approximately 100 of these vending machines have been shipped across Canada, the company said, although it's not clear how many have been installed.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow. Well,
it's like, we're not storing your data. Yeah, but
a
you're
little
doing
bit you
the
are.
thing.
It's sketchy. It's sketchy.
Yep. And the students had such a pushback that they removed the vending machines.
That's bizarre.
You know, like, I've made fun of people who are like, I put tape over the little camera on my computer or whatever, but it's
it totally records everything.
Actually, all of them are recording all the time.
Oh, yeah. They track your eye patterns to identify
so
what
they
kind
know
of
where you're scrolling with your eyes.
Yep, absolutely.
Pretty crazy, some of the tech that's out there.
It is.
So the vending machines are watching us now. Just thought you should know.
I'm watching you. Always watching. Hey, it wasn't an Office reference this time. It was a Disney movie.
You know, though, I feel like, having a glitch in the application software or whatever, I feel like that's a classic example of why so many conspiracy theories don't really work. It's like, come on, no way that it would work flawlessly.
Because something's going to give out at one point.
No, it's this hidden technology. That's why no, it would never work that smoothly. Come on.
This next story that I have is great. And it's mostly because this wonderful man, I'm just going to give him credit. His name is Dan Gelston. Okay. And he it's just rife with puns.
So the writer.
The writer. So it's a sports story, actually, kind of. But it says the Philadelphia Phillies.
On this podcast.
The Philadelphia Phillies are scrapping their $1 hot dog nights following unruly fan behavior. For more than a quarter century, Phillies fans considered a $1 hot dog night among the best ballpark promotions. But the team has now decided that it was the worst, spelled W-U-R-S-T.
Well, that's just good work.
Those dog days of April, when Philly weather is cold and the wieners are steel, are going, gone. The Phillies officially ended the popular promotion and replaced dollar dogs on select dates with a 2-for-1 deal at April games in Citizens Bank Park. The team said, a statement from the team said the change was made based on the organization's ongoing commitment to provide a positive experience for fans in attendance. What wasn't positive about it? Armed with projectile frankfurters, some unruly Philly fans began chucking their favorite hot dogs during a game last year.
They were throwing them during the game?
They soared throughout the stands and onto the field.
Come on, guys.
The demand for the discount dogs also led to clogged lanes, if not arteries, on the concourse, and the cramped spaces led to security and safety concerns.
That's valid. I mean, but that's what those ballparks are all about. It's giant throngs of people crammed in there. That's just normal.
It says an April 11 game last season turned into a Philly food fight when fans, largely good-naturedly, tossed their ballpark franks in several sections, leading to multiple ejections.
Okay, I understand that they're like super cheap hot dogs, but if I get
That's
a hot
just
dog,
wasteful.
I'm not throwing it away. I'm eating it, right? Like, come on, don't waste. It's still food. I'm gonna put on my Joey hat. Come on, let's don't waste it. It's still food.
To be frank, the Phillies don't necessarily need to slash prices these days to pack in crowds. The Phillies started the promotion 27 years ago when they still played at the Veterans Stadium to try and boost ticket sales on an otherwise dreary game night. But the Phillies doggedly stuck with the food frenzy deal throughout the decades, even as they rose again.
This is fantastic.
This is gold, man. It's just so good.
Done. This is primo content. This is why people are enjoying this podcast.
So it just sounds like they're going with some different sales because there's just been a little bit of a... Why would you be throwing hot dogs, launching them at like a food fight? Like, come on,
we're ruined it for everyone else. But it sounds like enough people, like a lot of people had to do this. It's not like one crazy guy who threw his hot dog on the field. It's like a lot of people throwing stuff at each other.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm sure after they did that, they all stuck around to clean it up.
So apparently they've tried to scale down how often they do their dollar dog nights because of just difficulty and how packed out they get and how it's just really clogs. It says the company said ahead of the 2022 World Series, the Phillies played the Houston Astros, and that one of every 3 fans eats a hot dog at the park. An average of 6,951 hot dogs were sold per game. That's enough to line this Ashburn alley 5 times.
Wow. That's an insane amount of hot dogs.
They caught blowback in 2022 when they tried to scale back from $3 dog nights to $2 dog nights during the season, and the unpopular move failed to cut the mustard with fans.
Oh my gosh.
Even the highest branches of state government, Pennsylvania Senator Bob Casey, responded that it was a bad decision. Let's do more dollar dog nights.
That's all he says.
Yeah.
Come on, do more of the thing that my voters like.
Oh my gosh.
It's a bold statement to make.
Phillies fans grilled the decision on social media.
Oh man.
I'm just reading all the puns now because it was just.
This is just a
oh my gosh.
Puns.
If cheap meats are still your thing at the old ball game, head to across the state to Pittsburgh, where the Pirates will hold at least 6 $1 hot dog nights. Just a long relay throw south down to I-95. The Class A Wilmington Blue Rocks offer $2 dog Wednesdays. The Texas Rangers sell dollar dogs at every Wednesday home game, and the Minnesota Twins put extra buns in the oven for their dollar dogs on each Tuesday home game. The Kansas City Royals are among teams that still offer low-cost hot dogs, just not in Philly anymore, where some bad apples spoiled the Phillies' appetite for a good dog deal.
Wow.
Hopefully our fans will come out and view hot dogs for $5 as a value and support the team in those 2 April dates we have. Hey, there's still a chance in Philly to always snag a free hot dog. Just catch one out of the famed hot dog launcher.
Oh, okay. So they have a hot dog launcher.
It's just ridiculous. I can't, like, the puns in that story. But I just had to. I'm just imagining, like, what a dog. I first of all, I go to a game, a sporting event. You get excited. You get into the game.
Yeah.
You buy a hot dog. Okay. I'm not going to start throwing my dollar hot dog. I don't care how much I paid for it. I'm not going to throw my food at other people.
Maybe I'm just like.
Well, and then you get kicked out.
Yes.
Like, was it worth it? No.
Nope.
That hot dog launcher.
Hot dog launcher. They have a hot dog launcher. That's so fun.
It's ridiculous.
But I feel like a little bit that's playing with fire. Like you've taught them that these hot dogs work really well when projected upon long distances.
That's why they're just, they're asking for it.
Throwing the old pig skin around.
I'm
a little proud of that.
Don't try.
I'm not gonna
Don't
lie.
try it. Don't try it.
All right, Lillarona. Have you ever heard of this band, Lillarona? I don't actually know how to say it. It's Lilorona. Lorona?
I thought you were saying LuLaRoe now.
LuLaRoe.
Like that company that got in all that trouble.
I think maybe it's just Lorona. Like I bet both the L's. Or Eurona.
Oh, I don't know. I've never even heard of it. I know nothing about pop culture.
They are a hardcore group out of Tennessee. They fire their vocalist after he reportedly admits to dosing his bandmate with estrogen in order to steal his fiancée.
Wait, what?
Listeners, I want to describe to you the adventure that was Sarah's eyebrows just then. Like, there was like this weird quiver, and then it was like they were going to go up, and then they went down into furrowed, and then they could not like decide which direction.
I don't even know what is happening right now.
Did the wave. Your eyebrows did the wave.
They did the worm, actually.
Lorona, a Tennessee hardcore band, said on February 25th that they had fired their vocalist Diego after he admitted to dosing a fellow male band member with estrogen to try and quote-unquote force a transition and steal the bandmate's fiancé, according to reports. The bandmate, who reportedly goes by the name of Six, so S-I-X-X, Six.
Okay.
Like Nikki Six, I'm assuming. The fiancée is Caroline, as Lorona said in a statement.
It said caroling. Like she's singing for them.
Caroline.
Wow.
So there's this guy Six, who that's what he's known as, Six and Caroline. And then the other guy, Diego, was like, I like Caroline. I'm in love with her. I want her. I'm going to give you estrogen to turn you into a girl, so then she'll want to be with me. That was his master plan.
I hate it here. This is so
Stop
weird.
the bus. We need to get
I want
off.
to get off. I want off. Oh my gosh.
So the guitarist says, I'm going to be seeing an endocrinologist over the next few months to track my hormonal fluctuations to see if my estrogen levels are still extremely heightened, trying to get back to normal. It accused him of using his connections in the fitness industry to secretly force the drug on Six. There was a bodybuilding supplement that he was using, and this guy was like, hey, Diego, can you get me some of that stuff from your buddy? And he's like, yeah, I can. And he gets him some of the bodybuilding powder, and then he puts estrogen into it.
I mean, if it was a soy-based protein, he doesn't even need to add that much estrogen. That's already going to be a problem for him.
Doubt it was that. So he's like, so the statement said that the guy Six, who was dosed with the estrogen, Diego admitted to doing this. So he's like, I still have 2 to 3 cups of the stuff left. So I'm going to take it in to see how much estrogen he's been dosing with me. He admitted to it as a joke or confusion. What he did was disgusting and had immense negative effect on my life. The story made the New York Post, which said the band had not responded to requests for comments.
I'm going to guess they're not going to be doing shows anytime soon.
We've decided to part ways with our vocalist due to the admission of very disturbing and concerning behavior. Yeah. Uh-huh. He has admitted to being obsessed with the partner of one of our bandmates and has been attempting to sabotage the relationship by cutting pre-workout, frequently gifts from his job with high amounts of estrogen. So it's like he gets this stuff from his job, this workout bodybuilding stuff.
This is so weird.
Don't have that stuff, right?
Maybe you don't need that stuff. This is so weird.
Oh my gosh, right? It's just insane. So apparently he talked to them and told them about it, and then he also texted them. It sounds like maybe he had too much to drink, and so then he kind of had this confession of like, I did this. And they're like, dude, what? And then he's like, I told him that I did this, and I gave him estrogen so I could get the edge on him. And then they freaked out, and he texted them as well. So they have it like in writing, and the band shared photos of the text of like him admitting to it.
So weird.
As of this writing, the band's original Instagram stories explaining the tale are no longer available. Instead, the solo image says, yo, BCP, we are sorry we did not expect this to get blown up this much. It's just kind of like, whoa, they can't believe that this happened.
Neither can I.
It's just bizarre. Gonna force a transition. And does not get the girl. So
I mean, how did you think that was going to...
Just drugging a bandmate. Like, first off, and I read a different article that described the guy's symptoms. It, like, really messed with his system, gave him, like, heart problems. And, yeah, it messed with his system a lot. And he's like, I don't know what's going on with me. I've been to the doctor. I'm trying to figure this out. And it's like, oh, I bet I know what's going on. You're being poisoned by your bandmate.
Wow, that's so bizarre.
And just a little toxic, you know.
Yeah, just slightly.
I feel like there's an angsty album coming soon.
Not from that vocalist. Whew.
Right? I
was
like, that's one of those bizarre stories where you're like, this can't be real. Like this
cannot be
this
happening.
Is something out of a crazy movie. That's not
or a book.
There's not real human beings in this world who would act like that.
There are all kinds of human beings, and they act in very weird ways.
Yes.
Wow.
You are.
That is so weird.
Correct. I agree.
Okay. Well.
All right. Are you ready for sponsor of your life?
I am.
For those who don't...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. For those who don't know, our little podcast does not receive any sponsorship. You have to get massive amounts of downloads before people will pay you to advertise their products. However, we have lots of wonderful things in our life, and it's just an exercise in building gratitude to pick something and celebrate it and say, you know what, this thing is sponsoring my life. So sometimes it's a product, sometimes it's just an event, a lot of times it's food. We just say something that is sponsoring our life, and if they wanted to pay us to talk about it, we sure would. But no one's paying us to say these things. We just
enjoy
pump them up. Yeah. So what's sponsoring your life?
I gotta say, the weather today was crazy warm again.
Oh,
we had a really warm day, a couple days last week.
In March.
Yeah, and it's March, and it was 72 degrees out.
Loved it.
It was a little windy today, but it was so nice.
So good.
Went grocery shopping with the boys. Actually, that was my first time going grocery shopping with all 5 kids.
Ooh.
It was an adventure.
By yourself. I wasn't there.
That's true. Yeah, it was it was very ambitious, but went grocery shopping and then we just played outside at the church, like at the playground, and it was so nice. It was a great way for them to get out some energy.
Oh, they were so happy.
Just
they
hang
were just
out.
Overjoyed.
It's just like winter wasn't even like that cold
No,
or
it
that
really wasn't.
long, but I just feel like with everything that's going on, they just needed to like play outside, burn some energy, just have fun.
110%.
So
Yep.
yeah, they loved it. It was great. I loved it too.
Me too. Oh, yeah. I got to be out there with you guys for a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was wonderful. On my lunch break, it was great. It was so
Yep.
beautiful out.
It was. It really was.
All right, so I have a super cheesy one, and I don't know, maybe I've done this one before, but like, we've had a lot going on with the transition and the move and trying to find a new place to live, and that's been causing a ton of stress. And it's one of those things where God has showed himself to be faithful over and over and over. I mean, he has been with us every step of the way, and yet every time I face something uncertain, I get really stressed, and it's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen?
Yep.
How are we going to make this? Like if maybe I had a plan and I was like, it just has to happen like this, but then it doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when my plan A and then my plan B fall apart.
Oh my gosh.
It's like,
yep.
oh my gosh, what's going to
stress
happen?
out
You just
hardcore.
start freaking out. And so honestly, sponsoring my life lately, it's just been prayer. And I know that that's cheesy and that's super dorky for a pastor to say that, but seriously,
It's
guys,
legit.
it means a lot. It is so amazing. And so it's like I was in staff meeting this morning and somebody was going through some stuff and we like just stopped and prayed for them. And then we were sharing a celebration and we had to stop and pray for that. And then later today, I was like, I was talking to the real estate guys and I was looking at the numbers and I was starting to get really stressed out. And I just had this moment of like, I need to stop and pray with my children, right? Because I could tell the boys pick up on the energy and the stress in the room. And it was like, let me just explain it to you guys. We're trying to figure out where to live, and that's really stressful, but we're going to trust God, and we're just going to give it to him, and we're going to pray. And it was like this incredible weight was lifted off my shoulders.
It does make a difference.
It really, really does. It makes an enormous... I really, truly, obviously believe that there's a spiritual benefit, but there's also a major psychological benefit.
Mm-hmm.
It is good for your brain to talk to God. And yeah, and so this prayer is sponsoring my life. And if you don't pray, you should start. And if you've used to pray and you've gotten off track, start it up again. It's amazing. It can change your life. And we've been pumping it up a lot at church, trying to get the generations to pray for one another. So it's been on my heart a lot. And I'm just sort of watching it get lived out practically. It's like, yeah, I needed that. I needed some time with God. And I mean, nothing changed, right? I'm still in this kind of stressful transition time, and it's still crazy. Mm-hmm. But it is very different because God is there.
Yep.
And I've reminded myself of that. So, so prayer is definitely sponsoring my life today.
And every day.
And it's honestly, though. All right. Are you ready for our game?
Yeah.
So after last week's debacle, we've decided to go back to a tried and true favorite. Yes, this is one of our earliest games. It's called Playlist Puzzles. Now, I know there's a bunch of new listeners because people have recently discovered who we are. And that's wonderful. We're so glad you guys are here. Sorry it's not a more interesting podcast. We're just kind of weird, quirky people. But this game, basically the way it works is we're going to read some lyrics to each other, and the other person has to guess whether this is a contemporary Christian music song. And we use the word contemporary loosely. We mean in the last like 40 or 50 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it from the 90s or 2000s? That's still contemporary Christian music song. Or is it a secular 80s rock band song? Because we've noticed over the years there's some eerie similarities between these groups.
Yes, there are.
All right. Are you ready?
I think so, yeah.
I'm queuing up I got my whole list. I got to make sure I get them all. All right, go ahead.
All right, so this first one, I'm just going to read the lyrics, and then we've done this before. You have to tell me, is it an 80s song or is it a Christian song?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it says, well, let me tell you that it hurts so bad. It makes me feel so sad. It makes me hurt so bad. Oh, boy. Please don't go. Please don't go. Hurt so bad. It hurts so bad. These lyrics are terrible.
I think it's an 80s love song because I can hear someone with big hair singing this in a really high voice. Like, I don't know what the words. I don't know the song.
It is an 80s song.
What is it?
It's called Hurt So Bad.
Nice.
For originality's sake, we'll just, yeah. But you're correct. It is an 80s song.
Hurts So Bad. Who's the band?
It's just by Linda Ronstadt.
Oh, okay. That's another piece of this is the reason I rarely get it right is I don't know anything about 80s music at all. I'm actually excited about this one because I feel like I could read you almost the whole thing and you can't tell which way it goes. My heart can see you better than my eyes because it's love that paints the portrait of your life. The face of love. The face of love. You look more like love every day.
That's a Christian song.
Yeah.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah. It's.
Oh my gosh.
It's old school Sanctus Real.
Sanctus Real?
Sanctus
Oh,
Real,
I was never going to get.
Faces of Love. And I want to give a little shout out. I love Sanctus Real. I loved them back then, and I love them even more now. They have gotten better lyrically.
Yes, clearly.
I think they started out really goofy, and so, yeah, this is not a good representation. Boy. I love them, even though this is not good.
Whew, that's painful. All right. Are you ready for another one?
Yes.
So here I am, what's left of me. I'm alive, even though a part of me has died. You take my heart and you breathe it back to life. I'll fall into your arms open wide.
All right. So the part about breathing the heart back to life, that sounds an awful lot like resurrection. That sounds Christian-y, but nothing in there was explicit. So I'm going to say Christian, but I'm not confident. There's one line that I'm hinging it all on.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah? Yes.
Yeah, that's actually, it actually is. You probably even know this song. I think they play this song on the radio. Yeah, it's called The Hurt and the Healer by Mercy Me.
Oh, ooh, interesting. See, but I don't know Mercy Me that well.
Oh, okay. Well, if I read you the rest of the lyrics where it says, I'll fall into your arms open wide when the hurt and the healer collide.
See, but this comes up like almost every time we play this game. Jesus has arms, but God doesn't. I fall into your arms. That is a love song lyric. That's I'm gonna fall into the arms of my big strong boyfriend, and it's like no, that's just
no. Stop it.
It's like saying I gaze into your eyes. It's
oh
like,
my
nope,
gosh,
don't do
I have
that.
found
That's
some weird CCM songs. It's just ugh.
All right. Okay. So this one is, it's my reality. You don't belong to me. I know we're living on borrowed time. When I look at you, I can clearly see a gift that I may only hope for a while. So while we still have time, I'll love you tightly, but hold you loosely because you were never mine. No, you were never mine.
I feel like I know this song, but
I did read a big chunk of it. Like that was a verse and a half,
Whew. Maybe an 80s song? Yeah, let's go with 80s song.
No, yeah. It's an 80s song. It is not an 80s song.
Oh.
But, okay, so this is where it gets tricky. It's Sanctus Real again.
Oh, jeez. So the next time you ask me, I'll just say it's Sanctus Real.
It's Sanctus Real. I do kind of get on a kick usually.
Yeah, you do.
So this one's called Love You Tightly. But here's the trick. This is early Sanctus Real. Nowadays, everything Sanctus Real spits out is like worship songs.
Right.
But there was an era back in the like late 90s, early 2000s where worship music... Christian music was not all worship music.
That's true.
Like Audio Adrenaline, even Newsboys, they were putting out music
for entertainment. Yeah,
like Hawk Nelson, Reliant K. They did a lot of goofy stuff. I actually think this is a song about losing someone, maybe a miscarriage or a child, loss of a child or something. So it's a song about I've let my child, like I love you tightly, but you were never mine to hold on to.
That's interesting.
So it is a Christian song, but I do think it is love of another human being. I don't think it's necessarily romantic.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And you get that with a lot of bands. Like I think about Switchfoot. You can't barely tell that they're Christian, and it's like, is that that's 80s true. Love song? Yes.
Yes.
So, yes, you were wrong, but
interesting.
Not really. You're still kind of wrong.
Yeah, it was a little fuzzy.
And I have lots, so I can do another one unless you have a good one.
If you're looking for hope tonight, if you're feeling alone and you don't understand, if you're fighting the fight of your life, then stand. We're going to make it through this hand in hand. If we fall, we will fall together.
Yeah, that's an 80s song. Christians don't talk about falling. We talk about how we fell before, but we're not planning to fall again. Fall together. No, Jesus doesn't fall.
Wow.
Let me pull apart the theology a little more. It's wrong. It can't be. No, is it really Christian?
It's actually a Christian song. It's called Together by Zach Williams.
Come on, man. Zach Williams. Okay, walk me through it because I got to break it apart now because it's all wrong.
So the verse is, this is for the busted hearts. This is for the question marks. This is for the outcast soul, lost control, and no one knows.
All right, I'm on board. That's all.
Singing
good.
for the can't go back. Singing for the broken past. Singing for the just found out life.
Whoa. There is no can't go back. Prodigal son, you can always go back. You can always go back. Wrong, Zach
Just
Williams.
found out life is now upside down. If you're looking for hope tonight, raise your hand. If you're feeling alone, you don't understand.
Yep, that's good.
If you're fighting in the fight of your life, then stand, because we're going to make it through hand in hand. If we fall, we will fall together.
I'm still upset about that line. It doesn't have a...
This is for the second chance. This is for the new romance. Singing for the loved in vain. Overcame, it's not too late. And it just keeps repeating like that.
Wow. I don't like fall together.
Yeah, I will be by your side. If you need air tonight, I'll help you see the light. Whenever, wherever, just as long as we're together. That does sound like an 80s song. Boy, this is...
Yeah, that's... Ugh, no.
Together we are dangerous. Together with our differences. Together we are bolder, braver, stronger. That's interesting. I don't know about that. I don't know, Zach Williams.
What's that movie, $6 Million Man? Better, faster, stronger. We will rebuild him.
Anyways, so that is Christian music. That is not an 80s.
Because I enjoy Zach Williams stuff. He's got that kind of country twang. And there's 2 or 3 of his songs. What's that one song he sings? To the Table. I love that song.
I forgot about that song. That's a great song.
Beautiful. It's so powerful. And that one's all about... And I think what he's trying to do is like a solidarity piece. Like, if we fall, we'll fall together. I'm right here with you. But no, don't do that. Like, that's not how it works.
Nope.
We don't sin with the sinners. Like, that's the wrong theology.
Yeah.
All right. I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven and love is all that I need. I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see we're in heaven.
That's an 80s song.
Do you know that song?
I know that song.
I was a little afraid of that because this was on a list of best 80s rock ballads. It's called Heaven by Bryan Adams.
Yep.
Who I've never heard. Do you know the song? Like,
oh, yeah. We're in heaven. Love is all that I need, and I found it there in your heart. Yes, I do know that song.
I do know that one.
Of course you do.
No, I don't.
Okay, well, you should.
You've been hiding, never letting it show, always trying to keep it under control. You got it down. You're well on your way to the top. But there's something that you forgot. What about love?
Oh, that's an 80s song, too.
Yes, it is.
It goes into the chorus.
Yes, that was the pre-chorus.
What about love? I do know that song.
These are too big. I've never heard of these, but
that's disappointing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you another one then.
Oh, okay.
All right.
This one's fun. I like some of these songs.
Love, only love can bring you back someday. I will be there. I will be there. Love, only love can bring down the wall someday. I will be there. I will be there.
If it's Christian, I'm on board. Theologically, we're set. I'm enjoying. I'm going to go Christian. Is it an 80s song?
It's an 80s song.
That's awesome.
It's called Still Loving You.
Yes. I love that.
Oh, boy.
All right. Now, I know you've never heard of this song.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give it to
Revel
you.
in that. Okay.
It says, oh, heart, you've let me down, chasing love where it can't be found. Heart, we've fallen out because all of our emotions have led me to doubt. Tell me, who's going to save us now? Dear heart, you're in the wrong place, looking out for yourself no matter what I say. And it goes on and on.
Please tell me this is like a bad Christian song or something. Is it a Christian song?
Is.
It's a Christian song. Who is it?
It's a Christian. Hang on, let me read a little more. Heart,
don't say it's Sanctus Real.
Let me down, chasing love where it can't be found. In heart, we've fallen out because all of our emotions led me to doubt. Tell me who's going to save us now. La 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 la.
Oh my gosh.
It has la la la's. Yeah, definitely Sanctus Real. Dear Heart is the name of the song.
Good night. Did you just search all Sanctus Real?
I was on a kick. I was trying to think of, because I've done that before with like Audio Adrenaline or some of those bands that were Christian, deeply Christian, and still are. Sanctus Real puts out
pretty good
music.
content. Yeah,
I loved their stuff back then, and I love it now. Like I make fun of them because I love them, and I feel like that's allowed. But they have
They'll
some
allow it.
goofy, because I wanted something that wouldn't be so overtly Christian.
Right. Yeah. Kind of
Right,
sneak in there.
I've got one more.
Yeah, I'm all done with my lyrics.
All right, I got one more. It's so hard not to find like with explicit references to either Jesus or physical love.
Thank you for putting that so nicely.
So it's love bleeds. It's bringing me to my knees. Love lives, love dies. It's no surprise.
Oh, that's a Christian song for sure.
Love begs, love pleads. It's what we need.
Love bleeds.
Yeah, right. That
sounds
pretty
sounds
Christian.
Religious.
I did skip one phrase.
Oh,
I didn't
dear.
skip it. It's the first phrase. Love bites, love bleeds.
Oh, so that's not Christian at all.
Apparently, it's a song called "Love Bites."
Oh,
And it was on
wow.
that
Okay.
list of 80s rock ballads.
Well done.
It's by Def Leppard.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Love bites.
Nice
But
job.
love bleeds. That got you.
It did. It tricked me. It sure tricked me.
Yep. Bleeding love is pretty darn Christian.
Keep bleeding love. Anyways.
Did you listen to Sanctus Real back in the day?
Nah, not like you did.
Oh man, like Captain's Chair and Sink or Swim and Audience of One. Did you ever listen to that?
I
song?
did listen to that one.
Audience of One was one of my favorites. They were so good. That was back when I met my buddy Josh Moore, who taught me how to play guitar. He was way crazy talented and I was terrible, but he had an amp that had 2 inputs, and so it was like we could both plug in and he could show me how to play and he taught me how to do my first chords.
Nice.
And the first song I ever learned was off of Sanctus Real CD.
Wow,
'cause
you're
he
a
liked
nerd.
Sanctus Real, and so I got way into him suddenly.
That's so cute.
It was really fun. It was good times.
Well done.
That was a long time ago, man. All right, that was fun.
That
That's
was
just
nice
classic
redeeming.
game. We haven't done that in a long time, but
It's a good one.
I like doing this podcast with you. It's fun. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. We hope that you appreciate listening. We like making it, so we hope you like listening. If you want, you can head over and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. You can actually type out a review. On Spotify, you can just mash that 5 stars. I did notice a couple more people gave us reviews, so that's awesome. I don't remember if I said this last week, but I did want to give a shout out to Janice and a thank you for donating to the GoFundMe. We're looking to fundraise for a couple nicer microphones, and so we got a small donation, so we're about halfway there for the next microphone, which is huge. That's awesome. So,
thank you.
Very, very big thank you to Janice. And then thank you for our Patreon supporters and other various people who are supporting us and loving us from a distance. We're glad you guys are on this journey with us. I can't believe I just said that out loud.
I know. That's painful.
That was terrible. Anyways, are you ready to send us out with the mom joke of the week?
Absolutely, I am. All right. Where do bad rainbows go?
Prism. To prism.
It's a light sentence.
I was like something, a pun on hell or a pun on
that was
jail
good. You
or
got that.
prism.
You got that.
There it is. Yes. Oh,
Nice
that's
job.
Good
That
one.
was good.
That's fantastic. All right, bye guys.
Bye.